And that final is a complete proof of that. People come out the woodworks, whether young, whether they're older. That's proof that anybody can win, anybody can come top placed on any stage. Anything's possible.
Yeah, so in all seriousness then, it has given you the motivation to keep going. I know you're in the gym at the moment, so it's game on, is it, Max Whitlock?
100% it's given me the motivation. I think that watching that was inspiring. So I'm looking forward to kind of hopefully being down there with the boys, with the guys and the team next time.
Yeah, well, it was just incredible to see the emotion actually from Rhys afterwards. Obviously Miriam was down there trying to speak to him, and he was just in tears.
Yeah, I think it's been a long journey for him trying to get there, and what you mentioned I think was spot on when you said about he would probably admit himself in terms of how much pressure he's put on himself, the added pressure that he's put on himself through the years. So, you know, to perform it now, it will kind of be even more rewarding and even more kind of shocking because of the build-up towards it. So, you know, he's back to the training gym and see where he can push it.
Yeah. Great, well, the countdown is on, Max, because we're going to move on to the women's bars now. And Beth, I'm sure you're up there as well. In 2010, you know, you're watching. Has it inspired you to get back in the game?
Absolutely not. I'm quite happy to sit and watch them.
Well, Andrade is out, all-around world champion herself. She qualified third. Charlize Jones as well. There's a lot of quality here. Naomi Visser as well, Beth. I mean, goodness me, she's going to be alongside Nina Durwell, who's coming out very shortly, Olympic champion, 2 times world champion, 2 times European champion. There's a quality field here.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic bar final. I mean, to see Nina back, she took a bit of time out, did Dancing with the Stars. Ellie, who's walking out now, she's been in numerous Olympic, World, European finals, won medals, so she knows what it takes. But this is the one that's obviously been the champion over the past few years and took that Olympic title last year. But the Chinese are always ones to look for.
Well, earlier on, Max did us a lovely guide to the pommel horse, and Beth's been up kind of on the apparatus as well. Here's Beth's guide to the uneven bars.
Hi, I'm Beth Tuddle, and here's some things you may not have known about the uneven bars. I'm joined by special guest and world silver medalist, Georgia May Fenton. Fun fact for you, the bars are the highest they've ever been. Both rails have been raised by 5 centimetres. Every gymnast will prepare their hands differently. Some will wear handguards, some don't. They will use the chalk that is in the chalk bin to make their hands as grippy as they need.
Most gymnasts will use chalk, but I like to use water as well to spray the bar. I think it makes it a bit more grippy. I do spray, then chalk, a little bit of spray, and then more chalk again. I use handguards. I use a buckle and a strap, mainly because I think it's cool. When I was like 15, I wanted to make my handguards look a bit different.
Every gymnast will have the bars at different tension. To change the tension, you release this, and then you can change the screw here, and then close that back down.
I have completely different tension to everybody else. I just put...
We're still warming up here, just changing the tension of the bars, which we heard Beth and Georgia May Fenton talking about there. So we've got to wait until the last gymnast to go, Chris, before the highest qualifier comes out, Lou Rue. But as Beth was saying earlier on, you know, you've obviously got to wait for, oh goodness me, got to wait for the Chinese to go, because you can never discount them.
That's just do a few skills. So it is really an individual approach to these performers, don't you think, Chris?
Yeah, it is. And you know, somebody like Andrade, she's competed, this is her 4th time of competing on the bars, whereas Nina Durwell's just been once. It's a different championships, depending on how you're playing it, whether you're working with the team, working all the way round.
Well, here we go then, with the all-around gold medalist. She's also in the beam and floor finals, Rebecca Andrade. On a silver at last year's World Championships on the uneven bars. And she is ready and set. Here we go then. At the World Uneven Bars final.
and she hits that beautiful handstand line. Lovely uprise into the Stalder full, and she's made a mistake right at the beginning. That's the interesting thing, Craig. We watched her whack through this bar routine like it was second nature. It didn't take anything. And yet she's still come out and immediately made an error. That should have been a full pirouette. And I think she's just going to try and do it again. Hold the Stalder in longer. There's the full pirouette. Into the pike. Stalder Kachev. Fabulous combination. Everything linked together. Nice half turn. Beautifully high Jaeger salto. Handstand half turn. Into the dismount. I mean, it was a beautiful routine, but unfortunately it was her second try.
Well, it makes you wonder what's gone on there, because I bet you she warmed up, you know, quite heavily in the warm-up, Jim. She came out, she knew she was first up, so she just sort of banged through it, and then she had a very, very long wait before her routine started, which she was looking around quite a bit. She seemed a little confused of when to go.
Well, it is quite a difficult skill there, because you do the full pirouette and she goes immediately into a release and catch, and when she performed it afterwards, she just pushed her feet further over the bar, which made her a little bit late and had to retrieve. And she realised if she's going to take the bar title or a medal, you have to go to as near perfect as possible.
But...
And it sets the tone for this final. We saw the men's pommel horse. The two first competitors took a fall. Well, what does this mean for Shilese Jones?
Well, she is the only gymnast from USA in this uneven bars final. It's not their more renowned piece. She doesn't have the highest start score, but she is very classy.
Another chance to see a little bit more of Rebecca Andrade, took the all-round title the other day. There's no doubt about it, she's absolutely superb, but just that start. Did it again to prove she could do it. She's been on the cover of Brazilian Vogue. She's done wonders for the sport in Brazil. But a 12.8 will not be enough this year. But she'll be back. Here comes Shilese Jones, 20 years old, the US national champion on uneven bars. And she was just behind Rebecca Andrade in the all-round final. So here's her chance for gold, or to go above her.
All these gymnasts can hit a beautiful handstand. She's done her full pirouette early. Little separation of the legs on the backswing, but very nicely into the Kachev. Here comes the links, full turn, big pike Kachev, immediately down to the low bar, back up to the high bar. Big bonuses for all those skills. The half turn, the forward element, in we go to the double front. Wow, she swung that beautifully.
It was beautiful, it really was. Is it a world-class performance? Well, there's 6 more gymnasts to go in this final. She went all out there, she really did.
Yeah, she didn't have many empty swings, and that's what you're looking for, to try and connect these skills. This is a very difficult skill, to do the backward swing and then generate enough power to do the Kachev. That's like a back straddle over the bar, straight there, you can see, into the upstart. Look, you get another view. And she does a very difficult dismount, double front, so you've got the blind landing. To really know where you are, kick out at the right time. There you go, Stalder into the Kachev. Immediately pack salto down to the low bar, immediately shap half turn to the top bar. Great work. Good chance of a medal. What do you reckon, Chris?
Yes, I think so. There's just a couple of little bits. You know, the dismount, the knees are quite cowboy. She takes a little hop. if somebody goes absolutely flat clean with no deductions, they could beat her, but she's going, this will be a score that they have to work hard to beat.
Well, unbelievably, Charlize had a car accident a couple of years ago and fractured her back. And she broke a foot. Unbelievable. 14.766 for Charlize Jones. That's the score to beat.
It's a good score, and the others will have to be very good to beat that.
Notice she upped to difficulty point 1 as well, so she must have got one of the connections.
Naomi Visser is next. Another gymnast that's in the floor final as well. Indication of what she's capable of there. You can see a qualification score of 14.4. This is a 6 difficulty. So a little bit easier than Charlize Jones's.
Very elegant gymnast. She always gets... Oh, but she went straight over there. I was just about to say she always gets the top marks for execution. But, oh my gosh, they're going to go right the way through from the beginning again. Well, you only have 30 seconds to remount, so they need to get moving.
Board's in place, and off she goes.
Now, she needs to hit the handstand. She does that beautifully. Into the big catch-over with half turn, down to the low bar with a half turn. Stalder full. Into the Stalder shap. She can only use that straddle entrance 3 times. She's using the stoop entrance now. The toes going on and off. Lovely smooth full pirouette. Into the full twisting double back this round. It's got a lovely swing to it, that routine.
Well, I think it was a good decision to go right back. I know it was a bit of a rush to get things going, but as you were saying before with Andrade, just to sort of go through the whole motion of the routine is something sometimes easier, especially if you're starting on the top bar, Chris.
Yes, it is, and you know, gymnasts become very fixated by the order they do moves in, and perhaps it would be she would feel unsettled if she didn't do it from the mount. I mean, as a coach, you try and persuade them not to be like that, because it can, well, mean you have to do things like this.
Yeah, but the rest of the routine, I was going to say there, that's very difficult. Kachev with the half turn, and then transferring down to the low bar. And she's got an absolute fantastic line, and she works the bars so well. A little hesitation there, but into the handstand. And not often you see them on the backswing to keep the legs fixed together. There you go, that's the connection. Straight down, not having to take an extra swing. And for me, she has one of the best dismounts, I think, off the bars. She really does lift it up. First somersault. Drops the shoulder, knees locked together, into the full twist.
Actually, do you know, it's going to be interesting with the same kind of break in their routines, how well that rates against Andrade, who scored a 12.8.
It will indeed. But for sure, Charlize Jones is going to stay at the leaderboard at the moment.
Yep. So that score of 14.766 leads the field. There's only 2 gymnasts gone. Andrade, she had a bit of a disaster as well. That's a 12.8 for her. Will Visser's be higher than Andrade's? It is a 13.233 for Naomi Visser. 5 more gymnasts left to go in this final. 1 more till the break for warm-up for the second half. Sanne Veerman of Netherlands. She was in the European final back in 2019, been a little bit quiet since, but she's got a 6-3 difficulty, so she could challenge here.
Immediate hop into the high. Jaeger doesn't quite have that same line in handstand as some of the other gymnasts, but that was a lovely flighted catch over immediate pack salto. She took the upstart handstand before the shap, but that was a very nice full twisting pack. Sometimes they're a little offline, but that was excellent. Very good shap half. She's swinging well, she's swinging with lots of energy. Full twisting double back, just a little hop, As I said, she didn't hit quite the pure handstand line, but it was a routine with energy.
It was. And I think she knows what you're talking about with the handstands, Chris, because she's thinking, I know what could have been there. But I tell you what, all you can do is go up and get through it. And so far, only 2 gymnasts have.
Well, I'm going to say, for now, it should take her into second place. Another routine that's got lots of difficulty. Very favoured, the solder into the pike catch-ev. Immediately transfers down to the low bar. The back somersault or the pack salto. And that, very original work. Back somersault with a full twist. That's just the handstand, a little bit short on. Yes, he did so well actually to bring that under control, Chris, because it was a little bit close to the low bar, so she did well to catch and push out.
She did, but it was a lot better than some of the others. You often see them lose a lot of direction on that move.
Sanna Veerman, then 20 years old, just awaiting her score. It will not threaten Charlize Jones, who leads the competition on 14.766. Just making sure they've got every single 10th there. It's 14.166. It's down on a qualification score. But it's 0.6 behind Charlize Jones. We just see the other gymnasts warming up here. There's somebody that will definitely challenge this. Olympic champion, 2 times world champion, 2 times European champion as well. Nina Derwell, she's 22 years old. And she's looking good, isn't she?
She is. I mean, it's always hard to take time out of the gym different, and the Chinese do tend to have a lot less chalk, so I think they will have just been getting it ready because it obviously helps Ellie.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, stand by with the second half of this women's uneven bars world final, and Elizabeth Seitz, 29 years old, European bars champion. She got a bronze at the World Championships back in 2018. So we're set and ready. Thanks to the Belgians, the bars are fully chalked. On we go then with the 5th competitor. Yep, judges still not quite ready. There they are now, all set. So you can see the 14.4 that she scored in qualification would be enough to get her into the top 3 at this stage. It would put her into second.
She starts with that huge Stalder combination of a Shap and then a Kachev. Now her forward element, sky-high Jaeger. She puts in so many releasing catches. Here's another one from the toe on, and she links it to the pack salto. All these flighted moves have got a value. The idea is to have the 8 most difficult you can do in full twist as well, and a beautiful dismount. That will be, I think, at least as good as her qualifying score.
Well, that is absolutely incredible stuff from Elizabeth Seitz. And I think it's her 10th World Championships, this. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible how long she's been on. She'll be having a little party with Merdinyan after this.
Only 20 years, 10 years between them. Yeah, that was fantastic, actually. And being first out in that second group, you lose a bit of time in the warm-up because you don't really want to do too much. But she definitely does pack the difficulty in. Good extension there, the line in the handstand, the toe off into the stoop Kachev, big height. And feet and legs locked together as she transfers down to the low bar.
when you watch her in slow motion, there's not many moments when her feet aren't pointed and locked together. She's very tidy.
Yeah, I think that we'll go into second place. That's where my money's going.
14.766 is the leader. 14.166 is the silver at the moment. Sanne Veerman of Netherlands.
Yes.
And Naomi Visser from Netherlands in third. So what a moment for the Netherlands. Take a photo of the scoreboard with Netherlands 2 and 3 at the moment. The score is in. It's enough for second as it stands. 14.366. With the Olympic and world champion next to go. So Nina Derwell, Olympic champion, 2 times world champion, 2 times European champion, and second highest qualifier, hoping for a score over 14.766.
And that's a great first series. She's linked those 4 elements, 5th one, 6th one. Really haven't had to do an upstart. This is her first upstart handstand other than the very beginning one. Now the Shap half. She has lovely swing out of it. There's the full pirouette into the full twisting double back dismount. Very happy to be through that. She linked it all.
Very, very impressive stuff. She posted a 14.7 in qualification. She needs the score to be higher than that to try and retain and regain the world title. Can she do it, Chris?
I think she probably can. The dismount was a tiny bit close, but so was Charlize Jones' dismount close. And she really went for broke. She linked absolutely everything.
That was just a supremo performance. Watching her in the podium warm-up earlier, she just looked so confident on this piece of apparatus, in the zone, totally focused on her own performance, and that's what you have to do, and it's such a difficult routine. And she's got a great line in the handstand. Look at that. Shoulder catch up with the half turn, down to the low bar. That's what Christine was on about, transferring back to the high bar. Good bar work is all about getting rid of the free swings. There you go. Lots of other gymnasts will take an upstart, and then the full turn immediately into the dismount, and maybe a little bit close, but maybe we'll have our first 15 on bars.
Well, she's a difficulty score of 6.3 in qualification. It might have gone up a little bit from that.
Well, it's going to be very, very close indeed, this. 14.766 is the golden score at the moment. Wei Xiaoyan next to go, current world champion. Nina Derwell has not done enough. 14.7. Charlize Jones is still in the lead by 0.066.
Well, it was the difficulty that let her down. She got the higher execution score, but not such a difficult routine.
Wei Xiaoyan, 4th highest qualifier, but here to try and retain her world title. She did score 14.733 in the team final.
Lovely stoop full turn and stoop into Shap. She's a tiny gymnast. She gets so much power out of the bar. Lovely Shap and pack, and with a half turn into the full turn. She has another one of those, and then into the huge Jaeger somersault. Beautifully flighted, clean half turn. Here comes the dismount, up high, full twisting double straight. Oh, that is a big challenge.
That was very, very impressive. Absolutely superb stuff under extreme pressure with 1 to go, because her teammate, a 16-year-old who's coming up next, actually beat her in qualification. So, what score has Wei Xiaoyan just posted?
Well, like you say, 6.4. I have no idea where they're going to go with these scores, because I thought Nina Derwell was going to score considerably higher than the 14.7. But this was good. And we often see the gymnasts from China a little bit hit and miss on this piece of apparatus, but there was no mistakes there. That was just superb gymnastics. Legs locked together, hit the handstands. Really love the inverted work towards the end of the routine. There you can see what she'll go. Sky high front somersault. That's the Jaeger somersault, and catching at good extension. And a huge dismount.
She winds up like the men, doesn't she, Craig, into this full twisting double straight.
Well, everybody's eyes are glued on this scoreboard, because depending on what happens with the next gymnast, Nina Derwell could be pushed off the medal podium. But this is going to challenge, there's no doubt about it. Charlize Jones doesn't look comfortable in that golden chair at the moment. It's going to be an anxious wait. It's going to be very, very close indeed. It's a huge 14.966 for Wei Xiaoyan, who pushes Charlize Jones into second and Nina Derwell into third. One gymnast left, and she is the highest qualifier.
Yeah, she upped her difficulty, 0.2 more. She was a 6.6, massively difficult routine.
Well, Lu Ru is the highest qualifier. She took a bronze at the World Championships last year, but she's the Chinese bars champion this year. Could we see a 16-year-old world champion here? She's posted a 14.9 in qualification, so she's going to have to go better than that to beat a teammate. There's a lot riding on this final routine in the women's uneven bars world final.
Launches herself at the bar. Look at this, lovely full turns. And another one. And look, oh, fantastic straight Jaeger, but she caught her feet. That will be a deduction. Lovely handstand line. Smooth in the shap. And the ginger. Really beautiful work. Here's the half turn. The 1.5 pirouette. Up into this dismount. She's winding it up. Full twisting double back. It's got such original work, but the hit of the feet is going to be costly.
Yeah, half a mark for hitting the apparatus. What a shame, but a hugely difficult routine. To do the Jaeger somersault, we often see it in the straddle or pike position, but going for the straight.
What a shame, goodness me.
I love the start, though. This is skill in the invert position. She really does wind up. You can see there, just a little bit too close. And recovered quite well, actually.
Yeah, you see the coach was standing there, so it's obviously a move that is quite fresh.
I thought she's obviously done it before, the way she worked out of it. You don't have very much margin for missing the bar. If you want to miss with your feet but catch with your hands.
Especially on the straight one, the pike, you can sort of whip your feet out at the last minute with the body shape and then reach for the bar. With the straight, you need so much more height above the bar. certainly weren't going to first place. Where will it finish?
It can't go over 14.7, can it? Surely. So Derwell surely is bronze medalist here, with Charlize Jones looking like the silver.
That would be my guess. No, I mean, it's probably a mark deduction, really.
Yeah.
It was sufficiently a hard hit.
But a 0.2 gap between first and second. But such high difficulty for a 16-year-old to come out and really challenge the rest of the world. Look at the straight position. That's what she was so straight. I mean, it was beautifully executed until that point.
Really, really beautiful. Just the sort of textbook stuff. It's one of those every coach's favourite move, you know, because it's so pure.
And so difficult as well. I mean, the height you need another foot.
Yeah.
In comparison to drive that straight position, and the timing, there's hardly any room for error.
Well, Uru finishes on a 13.8, which drops her into 6th. All or nothing for that routine, but at 16 years old, what a career she's got ahead of her. If you fast forward to the likes of Elizabeth Sykes in this final, who at 29 years old is enjoying her 10th World Championships. But there is your 1, 2 and 3. Nina Derwell has had so many world titles, Olympic title and European titles to her name. She has to settle for bronze here. And it's a silver for Charlize Jones. But Wei Xiaoyang is the new uneven bars world champion.